this is the people business, and it's a social business. So sometimes people are out there, they don't want to deal with the big bad dealership. They want to deal with someone in their marketplace.
Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, president of Dealer Synergy, creator of the Millionaire Car Salesman, and recently released Hostage. I was hogtied by the blindfold master. I am free at last. I am free at last. That's why you haven't hear me on these podcasts. L.A. Williams is trying to take over the #1 spot, even though it says Sean V. Bradley and the blindfold master. It's only been L.A. Williams, so I'm back. You know what I'm saying? And I got my main man, Josh, leader. What's up, Josh?
Man, what an intro. Always a pleasure to be on any kind of conference and conversation with you, Sean V. Glad to be here. Thank you. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. And I feel like it's my duty to speak out to the Millionaire Car Salesman Group and everybody else who's listening.
That's what's up, man. All right. So I want to talk about something interesting I just did yesterday. So we both know Chris and Leslie, Cochran. They are, dealer principals and executive ownership of an independent dealership in Kentucky, right between Lexington and Louisville, right? And I just interviewed my man, Chris, for the podcast, which is going to probably drop the following week. And I don't even know if you know this. The dude's only like 33 years old. He's a dealer principal, but the way he got started was he was flipping cars. He started with one used car, bought one used car, sold it, made a profit, did not take $1 out, reinvested. Like he's back on the block in Brooklyn type stuff. He's just flipping packages, and now he's got a whole dealership. And this is some deep stuff right here. Since we are the Millionaire Car Salesman podcast, it's how do we get money? How do we do that? So I had this crazy idea. And when I was learning, Chris's story, I was like, listen, what about side hustles? Because we've got this question that comes up in the Millionaire Car Salesman group. Okay, I'm a car salesman. I'm in a dealership. I'm a manager. How can I make extra money? Well, instead of selling vitamins, Metabovitas, or, Avon or Tupperware, I asked him, I said, is it a good idea if maybe a salesperson, I'm not saying he's got to open up a full-blown used car dealership, but if he buys 1 or 2 cars and flips them for extra cash, and Chris was like, hell to the yeah. And then he went into this whole thing of how they could do it, yada, yada, yada. So I just want to get your opinion, because you're a high-level manager in the automotive industry and you work at a dealer group. Have you known anybody, or have you ever bought a wholesale piece or a used car and flipped it?
I have bought a car here and there, but nothing for the intentions of a side hustle. I think in this retail business, as far as franchise working for dealership groups, it's frowned upon by dealer principals. You've heard the old adage of curbing cars. That's taking a car from the lot and selling it on the side. But I think each to its own. If you're going to go out and buy a private party vehicle, sell it on your own. Yeah. There should be no conflict of interest. I think what happens sometimes, maybe in the past, maybe salespeople have taken a customer from a lot and sold one of their sidecars, and that's where that conflict of interest comes.
Ooh,
I'm in complete, yeah.
No, I stop right there. That I agree with. You know what I mean? What you just said. That I don't endorse that. I don't suggest that. That's just being shady. You don't shit where you sleep. You know what I mean? But I want to be clear. What I'm talking about is not pillaging or pirating off of a dealership's business model, clients, marketing, and advertising. I'm talking about, if you're a ninja, you know what I'm saying? If you are a car professional and you're on Facebook Marketplace and you smell a deal, or you're on Craigslist, or you're driving by and there's a for sale sign on there, why would you not use your training, your skills, what have you, to be able to comp an inventory? So we're on the same page. So as we talk about this, I mean only professionally and ethically. So let's restate the question then to you. Do you know anybody that has done it the right way, like on their own, privately, respectfully, not shadily?
I personally have a bunch of friends actually that have done both, worked at a dealership and sold cars on the side. and a majority of them have ended up going to the side hustle, making it their main hustle. So yes. So you take your knowledge. I think the beautiful thing about being a car salesman, right, is this is the worst and best business that you can get into, because with the peaks and valleys, you learn how to survive and learn what it takes to make things happen. And so that's the same thing with that side hustle. I think, as I like to call him, Cochran, starting with one car, right? He had a vision, a focus, and built something, right? And that's what my friends have done. They've said, hey, you know what? Why take percentage of the profits when I can have it all and just be smart with it, right? If you make good, solid decisions, right, you can flourish.
I love it. So, okay, let me ask a different question. So whether you think this is the best idea or it's something else, what do you think somebody could do that needs to make money other than just sell cars? You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're successful for it. Matter of fact, I want to ask you, shout out to my daughter, Tiana Mick. You know what I mean? Like, Tiana, you've been to our home before, Josh. And so I'd like you to give my daughter some information, but we could share it to the whole podcast. Let's say, like, my daughter, she's 20 years old. I mean, she's freaking murdered. She just crushed 17 units last month, over 7 Gs. And I don't want her to be like ghetto rich and buy some rims. What should she do to invest her money in as a 20-year-old young woman? And so she could start developing, I don't know, like a foundation for financial wealth and success. So what would your advice be to my daughter and every other, automotive professional that's getting banked? They're making G money. What should they do with their money?
Well, I think the first thing they should do is invest in themselves.
Oh my God, yes.
That's
boom, boom, boom.
That's the most important. Any investment you can make is in yourself, in growth in your knowledge, in growth in your skills, your abilities. Okay, so once you do that, then you have the capacity to be able to take that money and make it grow. A lot of millionaires out there, right, that were in the car business, they invest in real estate. It's booming, right? And that doesn't mean you got to buy a $1 million property or a huge house, this and that. You can find partnerships, and the big thing going on right now is home sharing, Airbnbs, stuff like that. If you don't have all the money for that, you can get a group going. We got some partnerships out here. That's one avenue that you can do, but the most important investment you can make is in yourself, and hone your skills and grow your skills. Tiana's doing an awesome job. Obviously, she's got a great mentor, but the kudos goes to her, because you can have all the surroundings, but if you don't have, your in yourself to be able to attack it and use that knowledge that's being presented to you, it's never going to work.
Okay, so I like what you said, and I agree with you 100%. Invest in yourself, build your brand, and most salespeople don't do that. They turn around and make a fat check, but they don't have their own website. They don't have their own branding, their own marketing, their own this and that, and you know what? And it's hit or miss. So I would agree with you. So let's in the Josh leader, Josh, wait a minute. You're a marketer, and your last name is Leader. You're a leader in marketing, fam. I like that. I just thought about that in my mind. That sounds dope. So, okay, since you are a leader in marketing, Mr. Josh Leader, I got a question for you. So let's say my daughter, because she's not invested in herself yet, because she doesn't want to make a mistake yet. And she's only been on the floor 3 months. I just found out. I thought it was 4. It's 3 months she's been on the floor. So what's the first thing that she has? She has a build a brand website. Okay, but how much money should she allocate in marketing? Because you're the leader in marketing. So how much she should spend, and where should she spend her first money in?
Well, she has the first thing going, which is her own website, right? And then the easiest way to get that going is within your own friends, family, and your own customers, right? Social media is a beautiful thing, because all of that promotion and push is for free. Okay, tag people, hashtags, and push it out there, right? And then from there, you can spend some money within the community. I think that's the first thing.
Okay, so step one, the website. I agree. Step two is push the website for free to your friends, family, to your prospects, your clients, through just guerrilla advertising marketing. Okay, so now let's just go through this. If she's going to turn around, she wants to get into Facebook paid ads and Instagram paid ads. How much money, how much budget do you think she should put in? Should it be $500 in a month, $200 in a month? Where should she start?
Well, being brand new to Facebook and spending money, I think you could, as an individual, you can start out with $500 to $1,000 and really get some traction going. Okay. Now there's a lot of different avenues you can approach, right? You're not a big dealership. You don't, but the beautiful thing is you have all the dealerships, the facility, the inventory, everything you need there. And you can push it out in segments, right? You're not trying to show the world, you're just trying to show your world, okay? Right. And that's a small radius around where you work, the reach that you have, and you can push that out. Facebook Marketplace, that's free, right? And I see her doing some stuff on there, posting some videos and promoting your videos, right? Let them know who you are, what value you bring to somebody who does business with you, right? So I think that's self-promotion in that aspect is more important than perhaps doing like, pay-per-click ads on specific vehicles and so forth.
Okay, so let's be specific because, again, perfect. Let's say she wanted to put in $500 between Facebook and Instagram ads. So she's going to find somebody, that does it, like probably one of my contacts or something like that won't charge her a management fee. So her whole $500 budget would go directly towards Facebook or Instagram ads. Do you have a suggestion of what type of targeted campaign that because she sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Rams, used cars in Reading, Pennsylvania. So can you give us a couple examples of what kind of a Facebook targeted ad campaign using Ad Manager that she should use that might be successful?
So my belief is you use the millions and millions of dollars that your manufacturer spends to build they give you the profiles of who their buyers are, right? For given models of vehicles, given segments of credit and all that, and you can build that on your Facebook ads. So build a targeted audience. So rather than doing a spray and pray, right, as I like to call it, which a lot of dealerships out there do, you need to have a segment and say, okay, what's my niche? Who am I going after and who can I help, right? I think Tiana being new in the business, right, there's a lot of new customer bases that can relate with her, right? That probably, in her generation that want some help, that need a first-time car or just want to be served, right? And that's the pitch. That's the audience you go after and target that, right? And the beautiful thing is you get the analytics, you get the trial and error, right? That's why I said start with $500. You don't want to just put thousands of dollars out there and just waste money. Right. So, and kind of segmented, build an audience. You can do lookalike audiences. And there's a lot of, I'm sure at her work, in her database, right, of previous sold customers. That's a beautiful database. 3 to 4 years old, let them know we want your trade in. You can go after certain things and post those ads, and you're going to get some pretty darn good responses.
Wait, you're dropping knowledge bombs, man, like napalm right here. So I'm going to recap from what I just heard. So first of all, the manufacturers do a lot of demographic analysis. They do a lot of, research. And so she could go to her dealer principal and say, look, I want to invest in myself. And what I would like to be able to do is I'd like to get the field intelligence from the manufacturer of who the targeted audience is that buys these type of vehicles. So that's one thing. Second thing, let's go through it. So my daughter has a girlfriend. She's a proud young, Generation Z lesbian. So she could go after the gay lesbian community. That's one possibility. She could go after.
Absolutely.
She could go towards the young women, demographic. She could go after the college, kid demographic. She could go after the Generation Z thing. She could go after, because they do bad credit. She could go after people that have bad credit, no credit, because Reading's like the hood. You know what I mean? So she's got different things that she could target, and from there, question for you: what kind of expectations could you get? Because there's obviously with Facebook paid advertisements, you could do display, you could do the retargeting, you could do the lookalike stuff, you could do video, and there's even first party leads. So with $500 approximately, how many leads do you think that she could generate? Because, branding and frequency is one thing, but what a salesperson needs is an opportunity to do business. So in your opinion, how many leads do you think that she would be able to generate targeting Facebook and Instagram the right way with $500 budget? Approximately, what do you think?
Realistically, I'm seeing consistently we create we're at about anywhere between $9 to $12 per lead. So take that. Wow. Yeah.
Off of Facebook? Are you serious?
Yes, absolutely. So you take that and take the 500,
like let's say leads.
40 to 50. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
So holy crap. So that's dope. So that's about 41.6. So let's just say out of 42 leads, at a modest 10% closing ratio, she could turn around and sell between 4 and 5 cars additionally just off of that.
I would say that's a good number. Yes.
Now watch this. You ready for this? Her dealership. You ready? Like shout out to, and this is for all the managers and owners. She works for Savage 61 and the DP. His name's Tim Profit. He's a beast. She's already at that bonus level where he would give her. You ready for this? $1,000 for free. That's part of her bonus. I think after 15 cars or something like that, he co-ops his people. You know what I mean? So she could turn around and get $1,000 budget. So if I'm doing this in my head, if she gets $1,000 budget from her dealer principal or GM, she puts in $500 of her own money. Honestly, we're talking about not 40, not 80, but she could probably generate about 120 leads, just off of that. I mean, that's pretty strong, no?
No, it absolutely is. And kudos to the GM. He's a forward thinker, and he understands that this is a people business and it's a social business. So sometimes people are out there, they don't want to deal with the big, bad dealership. They want to deal with someone in their marketplace that's out there genuine, like your daughter is, right? And just wants straightforward help. So, I mean, kudos to Tiana, kudos to the GM at Savage Auto Group, man. That's great.
Absolutely. What I want to do is I wanted to get her started with the paid Facebook and the paid Instagram to have leads that are coming through and then on top of this, man, she's got the program. It's Ask Me I Can Make Your Car Payments for Free. So in addition to that, the dealer principal has already approved a $250 referral, a bird dog fee. And I'm coached my daughter that whatever the dealer gives you, you dig in your pocket. So if the dealer's going to give you $250, you're going to put at least $50 out of it. So she's given $300 bird dogs too. And so here's the other thing. She could actually create Facebook and Instagram ads to say, hey, are you broke? Do you need money? Well, I'm giving away, up to $300 for free. All you got to do is refer me people that are in the market. So think about how dope that is that not only is she going to, based on what we're talking about, strategic segmenting databases and what have you, she could actually use social media paid advertisements to promote her referral program. Because think about it, not like if somebody's not in the market for the vehicle, or a vehicle, then that ad will die right there. But if somebody is in the market for a vehicle, you might be able to sell them a car. But then if you're also promoting that there's a referral, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. And here's what I also want to get your opinion on. I want her to also budget in a billboard, a big ass billboard. And that's for branding for her brand. And it says, T's got your keys, like a real estate agent. I want to see her in a huge billboard and several billboards, around Reading in the area. And then she's going to become like a local celebrity. She's the car girl, Tiana Mick, T got your keys. What do you think about that, Josh?
Man, let me touch up on a few of those points, okay? My wheels are spinning here, and I love the billboard idea, and I'll give you a little key on that too. The bird dog referral thing. Okay, so too many people in the car business are so focused on getting referral people who they've done business with.
Yes.
You don't have to do business with people to get referrals from them. People like money. You pay them, they'll bring you people. Okay, so I love the idea of putting a strategy out there and getting referral business. Okay, I love the fact you got to have skin in the game. Okay, so taking money out of your own commission all day long. Absolutely. I tell my guys and gals, hey, even if you pass on your commission minus your taxes and so forth to get a referral, it's absolutely worth it. You're building a relationship. There's somebody in their family that's going to buy within the next 90 days. There's somebody, friends, family, work They're all hearing about it. If you kill them with a great experience, you're going to get some referrals, right? I believe that time is the most precious thing to people. And if you're willing to take, let's say Tion takes that $50, rather than just hand them $50 that they won't remember what they spent it on, take them out to a lunch, do a little something, activity with that client, right? And build a nice relationship. So I prefer my guys to take they try and take some customers out for lunches. I tell them, do they do it? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but that's very important. This is a relationship business. And if you're talking about, Reading, Philly, I don't know that area, but you're saying it's the hood, I believe you, right? There's something special about living in an area that's called the hood because people are about people there, right? And when the word spreads, you're going to build a following. And she has an opportunity to do that, sounds like, until I get her out here to Arizona.
No doubt.
No,
I like what you just said.
Let me touch on the billboard.
Yeah.
Can I touch on the billboard real quick and then follow up? Now, the billboard thing, here's the beautiful thing about billboards. What I would do if I was her is I would research and take a look at what billboards are out there, right? And kind of calculate, how long they've been out there. Because when you buy a billboard, let's say you buy it for a month, and if nobody buys it for the next 2 to 3 months, your billboard stays there. So you have an opportunity, right? At least that's how it is in Arizona, to say, hey, I'm going to buy it for this month, right? If you do a little research, you can see when that billboard's been sold, and because they don't just replace them because your month is up. Right. They replace them when they sell another billboard. So that's what I like about that idea. So, do the trial run. Yeah. So, you can stretch 1 month into 3 months, 2 months into 6 months. You never know. It depends on, where the ads are and so forth, right? Obviously, if it's on a main freeway, stuff like that, it's high traffic. But, like you said, anywhere you can get your base up, near a college campus, possibly, places where people are frequently visiting, that's a great idea.
Yeah, again, I want to go back to what you said because I never thought of it like that. That is absolutely really strong, man. Is to be able to love on your referral agents. So instead of just giving them, like you said, $50 they could just spend on nothing, maybe take them out to dinner, take them out to a lunch. Do something special, for them. I really like that. That's why I wanted to just kind of say it again for our listeners. For the podcast, for the Millionaire Car Salesman people. Man, that's strong. Here's something else I want to talk to you about since we're talking about referrals. Think about this, brother. You are a high-level manager. Do you believe in training your salespeople, yes or no?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're not training them, you're wasting them.
Do you believe that if you have a highly trained sales team, you're going to sell more cars, offer more profitably?
We do.
Okay, so then check this out. I know because you are dealer synergy trained, by the way, rather than a man, shout out. But that's not where I was going with this. What I was going to say, though, is what about the concept of coming up with a training program for your referral agents? Because if you think about this, people don't know how to recruit proper referral agents. And when they recruit them, they do what happen to them. They don't train them. They just say, hey, if you know anybody in the market, and they maybe just incentivize them with money. But can you imagine if you give them ideas, word tracks, phrases, even some rebuttals or what have you, ideas where they could find people. The more that you invest in your referral agents, the more that you train your agents and give them resources, what have you, the better it's going to be for you. What do you think about that concept?
Oh, absolutely. I think we just came up with a business idea, you and me. So I'd like to put put my name in on this one. Building a referral base, helping your referral base build their business. My goodness.
Matter of fact, I got one for you. If you're about that life, bro, I'm telling you right now, I got an idea. Okay, I'm serious. Let's see how committed you are to me. As soon as we get off this interview, I want you to go to GoDaddy and I want you to buy a Referralopoly. How dope is that? Like Googleopoly.
That's awesome.
Referralopoly.
I'm just hoping this isn't live because someone just buy it.
No, this is not live. But you're going to have probably this is not going to air for about 2 weeks. So that's what I'm trying to say. So by the time this airs, people are going to run to Referralopoly and it's going to be gone. Listen to me. We could write a book, you know what I mean, called Referralopoly. I mean, if you think about it, how powerful would that be is mastering the art of generating referrals. Okay, and this could be a whole, not only a business model, but I think that it's desperately needed for any industry. Just like Googleopoly was for any industry, I think Referralopoly is for any industry too.
Oh, absolutely it is. Absolutely it is, and that's what the business world has become. It's word of mouth. it's social, it's out there. So I love the idea, and I'm trying to log on and get it going right now.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, listen. So let's. This is really, really, really powerful. All right, so I want to just think of some ideas. So we've got, the paid ads, like we talked about. We talked about the billboard, and then what about branding? Like I don't want to say gifts, but like branding gifts. So what do you think would be really good? Keychains, magnets. I don't know. What do you think would be good in this century? It's not like, 1999 when I started selling cars. It's going to be 2020, the year 2020. So what kind of do you think merchandise and branding gifts that a high-level sales professional like my daughter and everybody else in the Millionaire Car Salesman Network should think about when they have the budget to invest in? What kind of products or merchandising branding gifts do you think are good?
So that's a good question. It's all in the message behind what I like to call trinkets and trash, right?
Say it again. Trinkets or trash? I love it.
Yeah, right. Because the whole purpose of branding is you to be top of mind. Okay, so when you give a keychain with a number, right? It's not about a keychain with a number. It's about the service that you provide, right? Or you give a pen. You got to give something that they can have with them at all times, whether it be in a vehicle, which you sell them obviously. In case of emergency, out of gas, flat tire, you call me 24/7. I'm here at your beckoning call. What's great about that is when you help somebody, guess what you get? You get some exposure. You have them do a video. You post that on your social media. Hey, here's what I did. Here's, have your customer kind of explain that, right? In any given situation, you sell to an older person, a single person that needs help with groceries. Hey, you call me. I'll meet.
I got it. I'm sorry. We're building, bro. This is live shit right here. This is how G's do it. I got an idea. You know how her brand is T's Got Your Keys, right? How about this?
Right.
T's Got Your Back. So what about it could be something like you said, there could be like a laminated card that she has in there that in case of emergencies, you ever you could there's a little glass thing, you break this, you break the seal, maybe even like a roadside hazard kit or something like that, or like a little first aid kit in the car, something like that. Like T's Got Your Back. What do you think?
You do the credit card, right? Remember those back in the day they had the plastic key emergency cutout?
Yes.
You could do that with hers in this particular case. So, yeah, I love that idea. That'd be great. That's and
back.
You know what? T's got your back. That's absolutely true. And you know what? Every salesperson out there should have their consumers' backs, and they should be open for them. It's not. If you're a one and done, right? You're going to be one and done in this career eventually. It will weed you out. That's what this business does. That's why there's such turnover, and because people don't look at it as a career. They think it's a job for now. But when you build something, man, we know the people out there that sell tons of cars and have built themselves a brand. That's what you got to do this day and age. People can buy cars anywhere.
Right. No, I love it. I think this is strong, man. Again, that's a great idea that you came up with right there as far as having that merchandise in there. Okay, any other ones? I'm milking you for information for our group and my daughter. What other cool products of branding can you think of?
Man, it's even like you do with your company, Sean. You're the orange tie guy. Everybody knows it. When they see orange, they think of Sean B. Bradley, Dealer Synergy. Yeah, so you have to live, eat, breathe, sleep what your brand is. So I suggest possibly a clothing line. You don't have to do a whole clothing line, but something with your logo. You got to have a logo. You got to have a logo out there when you're branding yourself. That way, when people see something, that logo, they think of you and what you do, right? Colors are good to pick. Pick one color and roll with it, right? Just like the.
Rolling purple. She's rolling purple.
Yeah, I see the purple.
This?
Yeah.
So since you're a marketing, guru and stuff like that, let's play on the words on this. You know how it's like T's Got Your Keys? I'm thinking she's got to do something with a keychain or a key something because, if it's T's Got Your Keys, every time you look at your keys, you want to think of T. You know what I mean? So I think that she's got to figure out something, or we got to figure out something for her, that it could be something that has to do with her keys, your prospect's keys. So every time they look at it, it just fits. You can't have a name like in a brand, T's Got Your Keys, and not have something to do with keys. You agree, or?
Absolutely. I mean, it's such a great branding, great, with the keys. I mean, that's an automotive. You can't drive without keys these days, right?
Right.
So, and if her color's purple, we got to have purple. There's got to be purple involved. So, perhaps the ring, the keychain, everything's purple that she gives. Right. You think purple, T's Got Your Keys. So, and what's great is using Tiana for all of this. Then it's going to help everybody out there.
Yes. Yeah, that's what the purpose is that, again, this is universal. We're all here to learn. So even though we're just talking about Tiana Mick and, T Got Your Keys, or www, getyourkeysfromt.com, the mission is for anybody listening to this podcast, anybody that's in automotive sales that wants to do more, be more, and achieve more, they could just use the Tiana conversation as a template or as a blueprint, and they just got to just repurpose it for them. For example, I know Mel sells cars. I know Julio, sells it. There's, Just Ask for Jeff. There's so many people out there. Mopar Mike, Danielle is the car sales lady. I mean, Pink Heels. There's all these people that have, these different brands that are automotive professionals. So it's not just for my daughter. We're using my daughter just to illustrate the concepts and the philosophies and the strategies, but ultimately it is, it's a universal idea. So thank you for clearing that up.
Well, the funny thing is as you say these names, right, I'm recognizing them, and all these people do an excellent job in the business. They sell a lot of cars, they make a lot of money, and they're out there. So there's a correlation here that I'm pushing for, right? If you do this on a consistent basis, your bank account's going to grow. And at the end of the day, you're branding yourself, so you can sell more cars, make more money, and live the life you want to live, right? I mean, why else are you doing it?
Amen, brother. Absolutely. All right, man, this is fire. I mean, like, people are probably, if they're driving, they're pulling over right now. They're listening to this. They're taking notes. They're going to be like, damn, they got to rewind today. We just dropped so many. This is like Eminem and Logic right now. We're just dropping bars right now of knowledge.
Pow, pow.
Yeah, pow, pow.
Absolutely, man.
So is there anything?
And this is how it is when you and I talk. This is how it is every time we talk. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I'm glad I met you years ago, and we built a relationship. And this is a little segue. You brought up my name. You brought up the marketing. That coming soon, Millionaire Podcast. Everyone out there listening, leadersinmarketing.com, coming soon. And we're here to help. We're here to help.
Respect on that name, people. When you hear Leaders in Marketing, they're talking about Josh and Christy Leader. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Okay, so now in closing, any other last things that you want to add, things that that you see that's really successful in marketing for, let's just say, the individual person, like the salesperson or sales manager or internet. I got one. I'm sorry. I got an idea. I want to close on this. I want you to take it out. You are a high level, one of the highest level internet directors in the country. So we keep talking about like the individual salesperson. You know what I don't see a lot of? I don't see sales managers. I don't see internet directors getting on their grizzly grind. Once they get promoted to managers, they're not prospecting anymore. They're not, getting people to buy cars. I think that's a wasted opportunity. What say you?
Well, I say me, because all my managers self-promote and bring customers in. Our job, right, is to help, assist, and keep that flow going, right? How in the world are you going to help your salesperson brand themselves if you can't brand yourself, right? How in the world are you going to train your salespeople how to sell cars if you can't sell cars? I love what I do because I'm in the daily grind. There's not one objection I can't overcome. There's not, it's a daily, the training is a daily thing. And the same thing with the social aspect of it, the people aspect of it. And if you're just one of those managers that sits behind the desk and waits for things to happen, that's what you're going to do. And the reason you can't promote where you're at is because you're going to be somewhere else soon. Those days are over. So we have daily meetings in our departments. We talk about what's working. We talk about what's not working. We continue to do the things that work. We stop doing the things that don't work. But at the end of the day, I always remind my staff, this is a people business. You have to be involved with people, right? People can buy cars anywhere they want. The knowledge there's so much information out there, right? So you got to be part of that information. You got to put yourself out there so people see you and people want to do business with you.
Damn, bro. That's strong. That's absolutely strong. Listen, as always, my friend, it is a pleasure. It's an honor to be able to synergize with you and just exchange information and just, I have fun, man. Like we just build it. It's like Legos. We just keep building and building just like, this awesome stuff for our industry and our community. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your knowledge. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. One last thing.
What's up?
All of this information you can find on Bradley On Demand.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. Take care, everybody.
All right, brother. You too. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like it, you love it, you want more of it, then don't wait for the next money show. Just go to BradleyOnDemand.com and take your career to the next level.
Yo, that was fire.